All right. Thank you, and welcome to Real Talk with Kingsley. This is a very special show, like every one of them are. And of course, we are celebrating, the national championship of LSU. So no need to waste any more time. We're gonna get right to it. As I mentioned, we're celebrating the championship of LSU, and also we're going to cover what's going on in the NBA, what's to be expected. Hopefully, I'll share a couple of videos with you, and hit the like button, subscribe, so we can keep bringing you content. But man, oh man, was that an awesome game last night or what? Man, that women's game. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, LSU, Iowa. Man, that was a fantastic game. And I mean, in fact, the whole Final Four has been awesome. The March Madness, I've really enjoyed watching the games this year as opposed to any other year. And this year, it was a lot of diversity. And what I mean by that, it wasn't just your UConn and Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky's, that's in the finals, or that's in the Final Four. For the men's side, yes, UConn made it there, right? But they weren't a favorite to be there, and now they're going to be playing San Diego State, which is, Cali. So I got to represent California, baby, but I got to represent. That's my closest team now, But as I was saying, last night, I watched, LSU and Iowa in the championship game for the women. Now, the buildup was immense. If you haven't watched Caitlin Clark play, she's Steph Curry. I'm not even kidding. She's Steph Curry. She is shooting that rock. Okay. I watched her, literally single-handedly destroy South Carolina. You know what I mean? It was like she hit crucial shots when it counted. And the game before that, against Louisville, she went ballistics. And that's where she threw the "can't see me," and she threw their hands up. They can't see me, and everyone praised her. Oh, she's a competitor. She's a fierce, a competitor. But last night, it backfired because I don't know what they told LSU. How close is LSU to Louisville? Because, man, it seemed like y'all came out and just beat the hell out of Iowa. I mean, Iowa battled, because, they got Caitlin Clark. She going to hit them threes. She going to hit them threes, y'all. And they battled back. But at the end, man, anybody seen Angel Reese? Y'all realize how hot she is? I know we're not talking about hotness, but man, she got the Flojo effect with the one leg. I was like, how about? She got the one leg thing going over there, the one leg sleeve, and that girl is a monster. A monster. And at the end of the game, she threw the "can't see me." She threw that Caitlin Clark back in her face. She can't see me. And everybody went crazy. The media was like, oh, there she's thuggish. Oh, I'm like, whoa, calm down. Calm down. Let's put this in perspective. Caitlin Clark did that first. She threw that at Louisville. After she hit she hit 100 points against? That girl, she scored like 40-something triple-double. 40-point triple-double. 40-point triple-double, yeah. Crazy. And then she put hands on South Carolina. I think she had 40 points too, like 41. I'm like, man, this is insane. But when you start throwing that, mocking the other team, that's one thing when you win and you mock the other team, right? And true to effect, it's not Caitlin Clark complaining, it's the media, complaining about thugs. Thugs, women thugs. Come on, are we for real? Are all black people, is that what it is now? Like anytime a black person does something that you don't like, you call them a thug? Angel Reese a thug? Hey, we want some of them thugs in our life. Come on now. I'm keeping it real, y'all. Are you kidding me? I want y'all to check out actually the video, because one of the things that, when people talk about, oh, this happened, that happened, sometimes they think that you're making it up. You know what I mean? But I promise you, it's not, I'm not making this up, because, this actually happened. So I'm going to share my screen, I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully, we'll be able to, kind of see this, because, it's ridiculous, man. And number one, it was a good game, a championship game that's worthy of a championship. Both teams played hard. I wish the referees would stay out of the game sometimes, but man, they had great stories all around. You had a girl that came off the bench. She used to be a starter that was benched because of the type of defense that Iowa played. They left her open. Well, she hit 5 for 5 from the 3. She scored 21 points off the bench, or 22 points off the bench, whatever it was, and this is somebody they, had to hit those shots, so sometimes, man, we got to keep it real. Okay. We got to keep it real. And it's not nice to celebrate one person when they mock the other team and then, call the other person a thug. Okay. So let's check this out. There it is. There's the ring. She's showing them the ring. She's look, she's mocking her, but look right there. Caitlin Clark did the same thing. There's a video of her doing it. She did exactly the same thing to Louisville, when they lost. Nobody, no one, no media people went crazy. They didn't call her a thug. They didn't say this and that, but of course, when LSU does it, especially Angel Reese, now it's thuggish, So that's the double standards that I don't like, and I don't think it belongs in sports. These, especially when you have people that, they're playing hard, and these girls, they didn't ask for any of this controversy. They just want to play ball. And yeah, when you're playing, you have fun, man. There's going to be, man, sometimes you get in the heat of the battle. You might cut somebody out, say something that you normally wouldn't say. It's just the heat of the battle. You shouldn't, we shouldn't, be vulgar to each other. We shouldn't, be, inappropriate to each other, but, like, I think a lot of times we blow these things out of proportion, and it's unfortunate. Okay. But I said all I'm going to say on that. Congratulations to LSU. That was a hard-fought game. And congratulations to Iowa. Man, you guys had an incredible season. Caitlin Clark, you did your thizzle. Are you kidding me? And, at the end of the day, we just want to, celebrate, the great basketball game that we saw, and tell these media people to go away. Just let these people play, man. We don't care. Don't try to create any controversy. There's nothing to it. Can't see me means can't see me. Like, one person did it, it's all good. It's just in competition. It just means that I got the best of you today. We look forward to seeing these two fantastic players next year. Angel Reese is a sophomore. A sophomore. Are you kidding? She's a sophomore. Caitlin Clark is a junior. So potentially we're going to see these guys again next year. Shouts out LSU. Congratulations, for your first ever men or women basketball championship. Wow. Well, good job, LSU. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I want to talk about the NBA. I know we got the men's championship going on for the men for the NCAA tonight. UConn, San Diego State. Check it out. We'll talk about that game after the game because I'm sure that it's going to be a heck of a game. Now, that NBA, it's the last week of the NBA season. The last week. And boy, oh boy, the standings close and tough. We got a bunch of teams that's just bunched up on the West, scrambling, for the playoff. And the East is it's not so easy. It's not so open in the East either. But the first thing I want to get to is, who do you think should be the MVP? At this stage, there's really three choices. I mean, let's be realistic. It's the defending champion, the Joker, Jokic himself. There's Joel Embiid, who's having a phenomenal year. And there's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Seems like he's always having a good year. Out of those three, one is deserving of the MVP. One. Who do you think it is? Who should it be? Who should be our MVP? I'm going with Giannis. Now, let me make my case. I'm not going with Giannis because he's Nigerian, Greek, or whatever you want, or Greek, Nigerian, however you want to phrase it. No. We passed that stage. Giannis is on the number one team in the East. This guy has played majority of the season. This guy is averaging like 30 points a game. This guy is one of the top rebounders, one of the top blockers. This guy is the defensive prowess for the Milwaukee Bucks. Can we say Jokic or Embiid? We know what they give us on the offense. They give us almost the same numbers as Giannis, or just about the same numbers as Giannis on offense. But what about on defense? Because the MVP has to encompass best all-around player, most valuable player on offense and on defense. Offense, defense. Offense, defense. Together. That's why I came up with Giannis. He is the best complete player on offense and defense among those three candidates. That's my personal opinion. It's just real talk with Kingsley, okay? It's my opinion. All these experts have their opinions. Some agree with me, and some think that Joel Embiid will get his first MVP. For whatever reason, they don't like to give the MVP 3 times in a row, So probably the Joker is not going to get it, even though he's had an incredible year as well, having those triple doubles. But how do you equate that? Do you like the triple doubles over someone that's actually, giving more points? Because when it seemed like the Joker had the triple doubles, when he's averaging that triple double for the season, his numbers, his scoring has gone down, But like I said, it's a triple double. Or do you just want to go with Joel Embiid, who's just having a monster year? How many 40-point games has he had? Tough decisions. But cast your vote. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. And now the playoff challenge. This is what we're looking at. What is it going to look like in the West? Okay, because all of the teams are bunched up, as we said, and all of the teams are bunched up in the East. My particular team of interest has been the Lakers, and the Lakers have managed to move up. Okay, they've managed to move up in the standings. And right now, as we sit, as of today, the Los Angeles Lakers are in the 7th spot. Okay, the 7th spot. So they are in the play-in tournament as of right now. Okay, as I will, show you. So if you're seeing my screen, right down here is the Los Angeles Lakers, right? Their record is 40-38. They are currently in the 7th spot. Now, Denver has clinched, Memphis has clinched, and Sacramento has clinched a playoff spot, okay? Phoenix Suns, Clippers, and Golden State wrap up. That's the 4th, 5th, and 16th. Now, the play-in, if the season ended today, the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Timberwolves, and the Oklahoma City Thunder will be in the play-in, leaving out the Dallas Mavericks, the Utah Jazz, Portland Trail Blazers, San Antonio Spurs, and Houston Rockets. Okay, those are your bottom feeders in the West. Basically, the people competing for the big Frenchman. If you don't know who the big Frenchman is, go do some research. Go do some research. Wamba Yaya, whatever his name is, Wamba, we'll call him Wamba. That's the big Frenchman, the 7'4", 7'3" Frenchman. They can do it all. Everyone is trying to throw games so they can get him. Now let's go on the East. On the East over here, we got Milwaukee in first. Boston right behind them, 2 games behind. Philadelphia right behind them in 3rd place. And of course, we got Cleveland Cavaliers rounding out the 4th spot, and New York Knicks. In fact, the top 5 over there have already made the playoffs, okay, with Milwaukee winning their division. So Brooklyn is currently in the 6th spot, and Miami is in the 7th spot, so they would be in the play-in. Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, and Chicago are all on the play-in tournament right now. So that means the people that would be eliminated would be Washington Wizards, Orlando Magic, Indiana Pacers, and Charlotte Hornets and Detroit Pistons, okay? So that is what you have for your NBA standings as of now. Now, mind you that most teams have 4 or 5 games remaining. This is the last week of the NBA season, okay? This is the last week. After this is playoff time. It's time to get body. All right? So I just wanted to give you a quick rundown. I know we kind of covered a little bit right here. We talked about the LSU. Congratulations to LSU Tigers for their first women's championship, men or women championship in basketball, okay? We talked about the championship game tonight that's coming up. Check it out. UConn versus San Diego State should be a hell of a game. Tune in for it. And of course, the NBA playoff. This is the last week of the NBA. Last week of the NBA, regular season. So get ready for the playoffs. And once again, the Sacramento Kings are in the playoffs. They basically eliminated the longest drought in professional sports, right? The longest drought. They did it. But anyways, this is Real Talk with Kingsley. Till next time, I want you to tune in. Please hit the like button, subscribe, so we can keep bringing you content. Man, I'm trying to grow my channel. Help me out. Hit that like button, y'all. We're coming right back. There we go. Abba.